Who's really going to get the most out of a powerlift recliner, and who would be better off putting their money elsewhere? Is the extra motor and heating system worth the price tag for someone who just wants a comfortable spot to watch TV? If you're on the fence, you're not alone. There's a lot of hype around luxury recliners, but the real question is whether they solve the everyday problems you face at home. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been digging through forums, reading a handful of buyer comments, and even watching a few unboxing videos to piece together what living with this chair is actually like. The big selling point that keeps coming up is the dual motor lift. For people with limited mobility, whether that's age-related stiffness, post-surgery recovery, or just a bad knee, being able to press a button and have the chair gently push you upright can be a game changer. That's the moment the chair proves its worth, when you're standing up from a seated position without having to swing your legs over a high seat or rely on a cane. On the flip side, the same motor system adds weight and a bit of noise. The chair is definitely on the heavier side, so moving it across a carpeted living room is going to be a two-person job. If you're renting and need to shuffle furniture often, that could become a hassle. The motor hum is faint, but it's noticeable if you're trying to watch a quiet drama or fall asleep with the TV on low volume. The leather upholstery is marketed as genuine, and it does have that buttery feel you expect from real hide. In practice, that means it's cool to the touch when you first sit down, which can be pleasant on a warm day, but it also means it can feel a bit stiff if you're used to softer fabric. People who love the look of a classic leather armchair will appreciate the way it ages, developing a patina that gives it character. However, families with small kids or pets should be aware that leather can show scratches more readily than a woven fabric. A quick swipe with a leather conditioner keeps it looking good, but that's an extra maintenance step some buyers forget about. Heating and massage are the other headline features. The heating element is positioned in the backrest, so when you lean back it warms the area where you spend the most time. In colder months, it's a nice little boost. Think of it as a built-in electric blanket for your spine. The massage function is a simple vibration that runs through the lumbar cushion. It's not a deep tissue experience, but for someone who suffers from mild lower back ache, a 10-minute session can feel surprisingly soothing. The remote control lets you toggle between heat, massage, and lift without getting up, which is exactly the convenience you need if you have limited reach. One practical weakness that shows up in real-world use is the footrest extension. It does stretch further than many standard recliners, which is great for taller folks who need more leg support. Yet the mechanism relies on the same motor that lifts the seat, so if the motor ever fails, you lose both functions at once. There's no manual backup, so you're essentially tied to the electronics. For most buyers that's fine, but if you live in an area with frequent power outages, you might find yourself stuck in a semi-reclined position until the power returns. Now, let's talk about who should actually consider buying this chair. If you or a loved one spend a lot of time in a single room, say, a living room where you watch movies, read, or just relax after work, the convenience of a single button lift and a built-in USB-C port for charging a phone or tablet is a solid value add. The USB port means you can keep a device close without hunting for an outlet, which is a small but appreciated detail for people who like to binge-watch series for hours. It also works well for seniors who might need a charging spot right at arm's length because they can't easily stand up to plug something in. Conversely, if you're looking for a recliner that you can move around frequently, or if you're on a tight budget, this might not be the best fit. The price reflects both the genuine leather and the dual motor system, so you're paying for the convenience of automation and the premium material. If you're comfortable with a standard manual recliner and don't need heating or massage, a simpler model will likely give you the same comfort for far less money. Also, if you have a small apartment where space is at a premium, the chair's larger footprint and extended footrest could feel cramped. From a durability perspective, the chair's frame is steel, which holds up well under daily use. The biggest wear point tends to be the leather seams around the armrests, especially if you're constantly resting elbows or leaning forward while using a laptop. Some owners have reported